Yasu Malaka. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Where did Clive Owen go? That's a question I was just thinking about the other day, because for a while this guy was everywhere. I mean, he was in movies, some TV shows, showing up on late night with all these hosts, he was the talk of the town for quite a while. I mean, this guy had a very distinguished look, very suave. And the question I always ask myself is, why wasn't this guy James Bond? So, today, boys and girls, I'm going to talk about Mr. Clive Owen. And where has he been? I don't know. Maybe he's still around. Who knows? Maybe I'm out of it. If you listen to the podcast on a regular basis, sounds about right. The point is, let's see what he's been up to, and with the help of Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, I'm able to do that. Clive Owen, born October 3rd, 1964, is an English actor. He first gained recognition in the United Kingdom for playing the lead role in the ITV series Chancer from 1990 to 1991. He received critical acclaim for his work in the film Close My Eyes, before earning international attention for his performance as a struggling writer in Croupier. In 2005, he won a Golden Globe and a BAFTA award and was nominated for an Academy Award for his performance in the drama Closer. Owen has played leading roles in films such as Sin City, Derailed, Inside Man, Children of Men, and The International. In 2012, he earned his first Primetime Emmy Award nomination for Outstanding Lead Actor in a miniseries or a movie for his role in Hemingway and Gellhorn. He played Dr. John W. Thackeray on the Cinemax medical drama series The Nick, for which he received a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Television Series Drama nomination. So basically, since Clive Owen has started, he built up a pretty good rep for himself, and he's done some pretty kick-ass movies, and he's been all over the place. I mean, if you think about it, he's done like kind of the action thing, the drama. He's even played a doctor that played for the New York Knicks. I mean, it's just, what can't this man do? And there's so many more facts that I found about Mr. Owen, and I'd like to share them with you if you don't mind. Number one, good place to start. He had a recurring role on a series of BMW commercials as their mysterious driver. So I'm checking out this commercial as we speak, or I guess as I speak. There's like a 10-minute version of this. This is a fucking movie. I'm only a minute into this, and this already kicks ass. First of all, you got John Bernthal, who plays the Punisher. By the way, does a great job at that. They've done 2 seasons on Netflix. Check them out. I heard they're coming back for a 3rd one, which is great. He's saving this girl, and then all of a sudden you see Mr. Owen just drive in there. And looks like he's the driver, like I said before, and he's going to help him out. So, I don't know. So far, this looks pretty good. So, of course, they're in a warehouse. Johnny's, telling everybody what the scoop is. He seems to work for some kind of, I don't know, security thing, whatever. They're transporting the girl. Again, Owen is the driver. And let me remind you again, this is just a commercial. So this is crazy. It's like a little mini movie, and they're driving up the highway here. obviously, they go out this secret way through the warehouse. The wall comes out of nowhere, one of those like hidden walls. Awesome. They're driving. They're shooting at the guys there to keep space. Meanwhile, the woman in the back, she's looking out. It seems like she's never seen the outside world before. Clive Owen is talking to her. John's telling him just to shut up and just keep your eyes on the road. And John pulls a gun on him, gives him the countdown, and then he puts the brakes on the car. And of course, Clive Owen switches it on him. He takes his gun, points it to him, tells him to get out. I love how John gets out of the car and Clive tells him, "Do you mind?" And he just closes the door after. And of course, John is not just going to let him go, so he waits for his crew to come. He jumps in the helicopter and he's chasing him in the helicopter. He's shooting him from the helicopter. And yes, once again, guys, this is all for a BMW commercial. A big truck flips over, and what does Clive do? Well, if you can't drive the car forward, you got to drive the car back. And I forgot to mention, of course, John jumps out of the helicopter, lands on the car, hooks a big wire from the helicopter onto the car. Clive ends up going in reverse. John flies off the car. And of course, the helicopter is just going towards the bridge. By the way, they're just under a bridge. And the helicopter, of course, the blades hit the bridge and it blows up, hits the ground. And they're at a standoff. He's looking at John. And then the girl gives him some advice, which I'm assuming is referring to the car as well. But does he get away? Well, I'm not going to give everything away. I mean, you got to go on YouTube yourself and watch it. I mean, shit, I got a life outside of this. The point is, holy shit. I mean, they put a lot into this commercial. And what's even crazier is that apparently this is a whole series. I mean, this isn't even the only one they did. I mean, it says here he did one with Madonna, James Brown, Gary Oldman, Marilyn Manson, Danny Trejo. I mean, Don Cheadle. Holy shit, this is how come I've never heard of this? What's going on here, guys? I mean, okay, all right, okay. So I've been wrapped up in the podcast, okay, but a memo would be nice. But the point is, this is insane. I don't know how many people actually know about this. I mean, if they did, these numbers would definitely be higher on YouTube. But I absolutely recommend watching these movies. Will I ever be able to afford a BMW? Probably not. But it is nice to know that, worst case scenario, you can always hire Clive Owen as a professional driver. If Ryan Gosling is busy, give him a call, I guess, if you want the English version. Yeah, so this one's awesome. I'm assuming all these other videos are awesome too. I will watch them after I am done this podcast, and I recommend you do the same thing. And again, this is all for BMW, which is a beautiful car. No, they're not paying me to say this, but it's just a good-looking car. And I'm only on the first fact of 50. Wow, that's wow. Okay. Anyways, he played a valet in the film Gosford Park and played a fellow agent named the Professor in The Bourne Identity, who was sent to kill Bourne. I mean, if you look at these commercials, he's definitely had the training. Owen has 4 brothers. That's crazy. That I mean, again, I'm an only child, so having that big of a family, you're always in competition with each other for sure, if you like it or not. That's cool. He was raised by his mother and stepfather. He has 2 daughters named Hannah and Eve. He is a fan of David Bowie. I mean, do you even have to put that? I mean, who isn't a fan of David Bowie? Come on. I mean, come on. He called Bowie the biggest musical influence on his life. I don't know why, but no one else has ever had such an effect on me. I didn't have most of his work. I had everything. Well, that's a cool dude to look up to. Little side notes. I just found this out recently, aka yesterday. We're just talking about Bond and why isn't Clive Owen ever played that role. Apparently, David Bowie was thinking about playing the bad guy in A View to a Kill, I believe. And he turned it down because he said he didn't want to see a stuntman do his work. So not only was David Bowie an awesome musical artist, one of the best of all time, but I've seen him in lots of movies. I can't see one movie that he hasn't kicked ass in. They also asked Sting to do that part as well. He turned it down. I'm giving out side notes like crazy here, but yeah, there you go. In the 1970s, when Bowie was changing his appearance and style with every album, Owen would re-dye his hair whatever color Bowie's was at the time. Okay, so, you know, it seems like Owen was almost like, I don't know, the Dennis Rodman of acting here. Yeah, whatever, man. Hey, listen, you love somebody that much. Again, David Bowie kicks ass. How many fucking times I gotta say this? You know, you want to, you know, do your best to, you know, copy him. So, you know, why not? Owen turned down the role as the driver for BMW twice. He was sent a copy of the script for the first ad, read it, and was impressed by its presentation. He immediately accepted the role, jumped on a plane to LA, and was whisked away to the set of the first ad as soon as he landed. Listen, this happens a lot. A lot of people always turn down roles, you know. There's a story where Travolta, you know, he was offered, you know, so many times the role for Pulp Fiction. Quentin Tarantino apparently stayed on the phone with him for whatever 6-7 hours to convince him. You got to do what you got to do. I mean, again, I've only seen the one commercial here so far, and I just saw it like 5 minutes ago for the first time. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, definitely a well-picked role. Two of his brothers, Alan and Lee, became musicians. There you go. So talent runs in the family. Owen and his wife met at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art while doing Romeo and Juliet. Hopefully, it ends better. He was mentioned in a song, Risin' Within, by MC Homicide, featuring Paz. I never heard of this song, but it sounds like a dance song. Clive Owen was invited to join AMPA's AMPAS in 2005. I'm not sure what that is. He is a supporter of Liverpool Football Club. Again, he's English. We know. Owen was voted Best Dressed Male by GQ magazine in 2006. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would kill to be that skinny. Second, I mean, I put on a suit, I look like Tony Soprano, which isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying, I mean, you know, like, again, the whole look of Clive Owen, like, he's got that slick look, you know, the hair, and the suit, you know, it's just like, again, how come this guy has not been Bond? Will we figure this out? I don't know, maybe. But, again, yeah, he's a very slick dresser. He always looks cool in anything he does. If he's shooting at people, driving a BMW, which I'm assuming he just gets a free car for doing this shit, which is pretty awesome. You know, the whole thing, like Matthew McConaughey, you know, I'm sure he's got like 5 Lincolns or something. So that's awesome. After he graduated the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, he joined the Young Vic Theatre. Owen won the TFCA Award for Best Supporting Performance, Male, for the film Closer. He won the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by the cast of a theatrical motion picture for his role in Gosford Park. He was also nominated for the PFCS Award for Best Acting Ensemble. I love saying it like that. For Gosford Park. For Gosford Park, he also won the OFCS Award for Best Ensemble. He's won a lot of awards for this movie. Appeared in a masterpiece theater presentation of Precious Bain. He starred with Janet McTeer as her brother, Gideon. Was the face of a new Lancome anti-aging cream for men. That makes sense. Again, I think he's almost 60 or whatever. I mean, I don't know. Some people don't age. I don't know. Him and Keanu Reeves, I don't know. They must have some kind of magic potion. In November 2006, Owen became patron of the Electric Palace Cinema in Harwich, England, and launched an appeal for funds to repair deteriorating elements of the fabric. And he was also voted number 5 in Elle France magazine's 15 Sexiest Men poll. Exactly. Is the patron for the Electric Palace Cinema in Harwich, England. Was named Empire magazine's 25th in the list of 100 sexiest stars. We get it. We get it. His father was a country western singer. Go figure that one. An English, okay. Joined the youth theater at 13 after playing the scene-stealing role of the Artful Dodger in a production of Oliver. In 1984, following graduation, Clive applied and was accepted into the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art for 3 years. While there, he built up a classical resume, including roles for Henry IV, Part 1, and The Lady from the Sea. Joined the Young Vic Theatre Company in 1988. As it goes, the actor playing Romeo fell in love with his Juliet, Sarah Jane Fenton. The couple eventually married in 1995 and had 2 daughters. So listen, as you can see, this guy's a very well-trained classical actor. He's an actual actor. He didn't get lucky in a part. I mean, he's gotten some, parts, whatever, in his future there that led him to other things, of course. But, very well-trained actor. And, and how many people can say they met their future wife in the classic theater? Not many. 1988 was a good year for another reason. Clive made his film debut in the British-made Vroom, co-starring with David Thewlis, I think I said that right, as 2 fellows who restore a classic American car and take off on the road. Clive became a full-fledged TV star, playing handsome rogue Stephen Crane in Chancer. However, the now sought-after Clive abandoned the star-making part during the show's peak because of unwanted invasion of privacy and his fear of typecasting. Now that takes balls. I mean, again, I don't know much about this show, but when you're on a hit show and you're leaving right in the beginning, I mean, usually you leave because, maybe your movie career is taking off and you want to try other things. But, again, he, said he just didn't want to be typecast. So, working towards this, I mean, that takes a lot of guts, man. So, it definitely paid off for sure. His biggest film break was in Mike Hodges' Croupier, as a struggling writer turned casino employee who gets in over his head with a femme fatale scam artist. Isn't that always the case? You get a kick-ass job at a casino and then femme fatale gets in your way and you got to deal with that. And, don't you hate that? His father left the family when Owen was 3 years old, and despite a brief reconciliation when Owen was 19, the two have remained estranged. His stepfather is a railway ticket clerk. He has described his childhood as rough. No shit. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, it's hard growing up without a father figure. I don't know. Maybe that's why he's like so tough in his roles, because he knew he just had to step it up. While initially opposed to drama school, he changed his mind in 1984 after a long and fruitless period of searching for work. I hear you. It gets frustrating. You're trying to get work, and you know what? You figure, fuck it. Just take a chance. And once again, it definitely paid off. Initially, Owen carved out a career in television. Obviously. Television. I'm sure movies was in the back of his head. But for now, the TV thing was paying off pretty well. So he appeared in The Magician, Class of 61, Century, Nobody's Children, An Evening with Gary Lineker, Doomsday Gun, Return of the Native, and then a Carlton production called Charmin, about a private detective. So again, he was definitely not short of work. In 1996, he appeared in his first major Hollywood film, The Rich Man's Wife, alongside Halle Berry, before finding international acclaim in the Channel 4 film directed by Mike Hodges called
Croupier.
Thank you, Google. In 1999, he appeared as an accident-prone driver in Split Second, his first BBC production in about a decade. And of course, like I mentioned before, he married his Juliet, aka Sarah Jane Fenton, on March 6, 1995. Sorry, ladies. The couple lives in Highgate, London, and Rabness, Essex. Wrabness. I think I was close. And lastly, Owen enjoys the music of indie rock band Hard Fi and has been seen at 2 of their concerts. Never heard of them? I'm sure they rock. But this just proves how much shit he had to go through even before getting his first major movie role. Like any other actor, of course. You got to go through a lot. And like I said, it paid off. And Clive Owen, since then, he's pretty much hit the ground running. And if you allow me, I'd like to talk about every single one of his movies, because that's what I'd like to do on this podcast. It's the signature. I go on IMDb, I start from the bottom, Drake style, and review the movies. I still can't believe all that shit for BMW. That's wow. Anyways, his very first job that he did was in 1987 and was for a TV series called Rock Lifts Babies. He played a character named PC Parslew. Now, I just want to say right off the bat here, again, English actor. They got a lot of kick-ass shows on the BBC. Obviously, we all know, the Sherlock Holmes show, shows like Luther, it's provided us a lot of quality TV shows, but a lot of them I don't know, especially from 1987. So unfortunately, I've never seen this show, but just, keeping it real. Then he was in a TV series called Boone. And then looks like here, like I said before, his first motion picture was a movie called Vroom. Now, obviously, it's got to be about a car. For sure. And it says here, a love story. A young man for an older woman and his best friend and his Chevrolet. There you go. What more do you need in life? It didn't get the best reviews, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind checking it out. You never know. I tell people, movies are subjective, okay? Like I said many, many times in the Siskel and Ebert podcast, you decide what you want to watch. So you never know. I mean, Roadhouse, they give a shitty rating. I still fucking love it. I don't care what anybody says. Again, the ending made no sense. Somehow it's based on a true story. I don't know. Let's just move on here. Precious Bane is a TV movie he did. Also, Lorna Dune, or Dune, TV movie. Then, like I said before, his major thing on TV here, first time here, was on Chancer. But again, he gave that up. He didn't want to be typecast, which again, I mean, that again, it takes balls, man, to do that. I know I said that before, but I mean, that's crazy. I mean, he took a huge chance there. Then he did Close My Eyes. I've not seen this movie. I'm told it's pretty good. Anything with Alan Rickman, I'll always check out. So, I mean, we all know who Alan Rickman is. Rest in peace. Played one of the best bad guys of all time in Die Hard. Shoot the glass. So I'm going to check this one out in the future for sure. Class of 61. Century. TV movie The Magician. Again, TV movie Nobody's Children. Yeah, keep in mind too, like overseas, like in North America, when they have those stupid Lifetime movies. I mean, those are TV movies. Everyone always thinks, oh, TV movies, it's gotta suck. But there's some good ones out there. But overseas, they're way better. They put way more into their shit, and they actually have like really good actors that do it. So just keep that in mind. An Evening with Gary Lineker, Doomsday Gun, The Return of the Native, The Turnaround. Then he did a TV series, a couple episodes there. Scream 2, The Rich Man's Wife, which came out in 1996. This movie sort of sounds familiar. Yeah, like as I mentioned before, Halle Berry's in it. Yeah, he plays a guy named Jake Golden. I don't know if I saw this movie or not. I don't know. I don't know. But didn't get the best rating. But again, everybody knows how I feel about Halle Berry. So, just check it out. Privateer 2, The Darkening. It's a video game. Said it before and I'll say it again. Voiceovers, easy gig, easy money. Charmin, he was in the TV series there. It's not about paper towel, I'm sure. A movie called Bent. And then he did a little movie called
Croupier.
Thank you very much, Miss Google. I assume it's Miss. Anyways, I just saw this movie recently, the last week. I was doing the whole Siskel and Ebert podcast there. They recommended this movie back in the day. This movie is excellent. This is an awesome movie. Again, he made a mention saying that, the whole, suit thing with Clive Owen, it literally suits him. He played this role perfectly. I don't remember seeing him this thin in anything. I don't know if it was part of the role. He was always kind of a thin guy, I guess, but I think it kind of adds to his character because the whole point of this movie is, it says here, an inspiring writer is hired as a croupier. See? I'm learning. And at a casino where he realizes that his life as a croupier, gold star for me, and would make a great novel. So it's one of those movies, he's writing about his life, that's going on in the movie. It's a very high-end casino. It seems like one of those casinos where you gotta be, you gotta have a couple shekels to be able to play in this room, for sure. A lot of high rollers. And in the beginning of the movie, he doesn't know what to do once he comes back, and his dad tells him about this job, and he helps him get the role in the casino here. And he kind of just gets like sucked back into the life. You can see it, like he's kind of just bored with his life. He likes writing, but at the same time he needs more. He's more addicted to the nightlife, and it's really, really a good movie. Highly recommend it. A couple surprises here and there. I'm not going to give anything away. You should just go in there. Obviously, if you're a fan of Clive Owen, you should see it, but it's just a great story. So great actors. A lot of these guys I don't recognize, unfortunately, but Clive Owen seems to be the main guy here, obviously, and it's a really, really good movie. Like I said, it's a good movie, so definitely check it out when you get a chance.
Croupier.
Yep, that's the name of it. Again, thank you so much. Thank you. Then he did a show called The Echo. He showed up in a couple episodes of that. Split Second, Second Sight. Always doing TV movies, but again, it means it's way better overseas TV movies for sure. Then he did a movie called Green Fingers. It's got a pretty decent rating. Writer and director Joel Hirschman. Judging by the cover, it looks like they're really into flowers. So 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb here. Also says a prison inmate with a green thumb goes on to compete in a national gardening competition based on a true story. There you go. My dad is a green thumb. I will definitely recommend this to him. Or anybody that's green thumb. It doesn't matter. Cypress Hill. Second Sight, Parasomnia. Okay, TV movie. Second Sight, Kingdom of the Blind. Second Sight again, Hide and Seek. Okay, so obviously it's a series of movies. That's got a pretty good rating, a 7.5 out of 10, which is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know I got a couple pounds on me, but I don't know. Clive Owen. I hope they're giving him enough money here. He looks a little thin in this one too. I'm just saying. Yeah, it looks like a good series of movies. Might have to check this one out too. Nothing else to do during COVID. Let's keep ourselves busy with movies, music. We're still waiting for tons of movies to come out on HBO Max, but I recommend a lot of these movies. He did a couple shorts, Ambush, Chosen, The Follow, Star, Powder Keg. All these movies actually got pretty decent ratings too. Yeah, I'm seeing a theme here. Actually, with all five I just said, he played the driver. So he's definitely a fan of driving, for sure. Definitely kicks ass at it. I don't know, is he friends with Nicolas Cage? Who knows? But yeah, definitely check these out. And then he did a movie called Gosford Park. Now, I remember this movie. And then they had the idea from England there, and then they brought it to the States. They Americanized it, whatever. Put a bunch of those dudes in there, including Ryan Felipe. It was a decent little movie. A little slow at times. I'm not gonna lie, but it was pretty good. I enjoy it. It's one of those, whodunit kind of mystery murders, whatever, So if you're into that, you'll definitely like this movie. The Bourne Identity. Obviously, we all know these movies. Matt Damon, this is where he just basically showed us he could kick some ass after Good Will Hunting. Yeah, good movie. Yeah, really good movie, actually. I forgot Clive Owen was in this, to be honest. I haven't seen this movie in a while, so yeah, definitely check it out. Obviously, check out all of them. Not that one with, I don't know, I forgot the actor's name. The guy that shoots the bow and arrow, whatever. Yeah, that one, no. Hostage, that's a short. Played the driver again. And then, yeah, again, Beat the Devil. Ticker. I gotta check out these movies. A short, who knows? It could be a few minutes. It could be 10 minutes, like a BMW commercial. Who knows? I don't know. Either way, you're doing something you love. Let's keep going. Gosford Park, deleted scenes. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I don't know, most people do. Never seen this one. Didn't get the best rating. You know, it happens. But the Hire, it's another short with the driver. Shocker. Then King Arthur. Okay, I remember this movie. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I mean, for a long time, there's a while there where they just pounded out all these like medieval movies, and some of them are good, some of them are okay. I don't know, they all seem to fall in the same pile for some reason. This one was okay. It was all right. It had its moments, you know. It's got a decent rating on IMDb. I mean, I don't know, you know, it was okay. But in 2004, he did a little movie called Closer. Now, this cast is pretty awesome. You got the four main people here: Natalie Portman, Jude Law, Clive Owen, and the always smiling Julia Roberts. I'm a big fan of Eric Roberts, too. I don't give a shit what anybody says. That guy is awesome. Anyways, I'm not really into Julia Roberts movies. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not really into like rom-coms and all that. But this movie is the furthest thing from a rom-com. This is an actual like kind of love story about two couples here becoming complicated, and you know they're just you know. It's crazy. It really is. I mean, you know, some of the fight. I mean, there's one fight between Clive Owen and Julia Roberts. You know, they're just going at it, and like Clive Owen says something like, "Yeah," because he knows Julia Roberts is cheating on him. You know, like, how does this cum taste? And Julia Roberts says, "Yours, but sweeter." And it's just like, oh shit. And no, but seriously, like this is a really intense movie at times. One scene specifically is, I mean, Clive Owen is just obsessed with Natalie Portman, you know, and she plays like a stripper, and they just have like a one-on-one moment there, and it's just back and forth, and like some of the acting is just phenomenal in this. I mean, this is really an intense movie. You know, again, I don't like rom-coms, and again, I'm not saying this is a rom-com, but this is what real. You know, a real good relationship movie is. You know, it's not this boy meets girl shit, and then they get into a fight, and then they end up, you know, in the end together. Blah blah blah. It's all bullshit. But this is an awesome movie. So I highly recommend the movie Closer. You know, like I said, the performances alone are just worth seeing this movie. It is excellent. And then Sin City comes out. Now this movie's pretty awesome too, for other reasons than Closer. It's a completely different movie. It's basically just the comic book coming to life here, and Frank Miller, if you know him, he is just I mean, like again, like he'll just make a comic book come to life, you know, with all the graphics and all that, and phenomenal cast. And Clive Owen plays a guy named. The hell is he? He's not here. Why isn't he in the main people? Anyway, doesn't matter what his name is. Let's just be honest here. You know, really cool movie. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things you have to see for yourself. Even Quentin Tarantino directed a scene in this movie. It's awesome. Like, it really is. I mean, packed with lots of people. You got Jessica Alba. You got Bruce Willis, Rosario Dawson, Benicio del Toro, Michael Clark Duncan. It's phenomenal, this movie. Just, I mean, like, visually, it's just a really cool movie. And then Derailed came out same year, you know. I mean, again, Clive Owen is just on a run at this point. I remember seeing this movie, and it was pretty good. You got Vincent Cassel. He always kicks ass in everything he does as well. Good little movie, man. You know, the whole thing is, you know, the two married business executives having an affair are blackmailed by a violent criminal. Of course. I mean, this always happens, you know. You know, these poor rich people. Oh God, like, how do they end up in this? I mean, there's always a problem, with the relationship and cheating, and it's the whole Michael Douglas story in movies. And no, but seriously, this is a very good movie. Again, a couple surprises there. I remembered, but very good movie. The Pink Panther. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I love Steve Martin. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, nobody should play the Pink Panther other than Peter Sellers. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. I'm not the first person to ever say this. I've seen a couple scenes in this movie, and I've never seen the whole thing. So I had no idea he was even in this movie. Clive Owen. So yeah. He even says he was uncredited, so I don't know. I'm sure he did maybe a quick little cameo or something, and that's it. Again, why not? A paycheck. Inside Man, definitely a great movie, directed by Spike Lee. You got Denzel in there, you got Jodie Foster, you got Clive Owen playing the bad guy. Yeah, this is one of the first roles I remember him playing like a bad guy. I mean, like the main guy. You know what I mean? Like I said, excellent movie, great movie. It's got a little surprise. At the end there. Again, I'm not going to give it away, but definitely worth checking out. Love Denzel. Love Clive Owen. Jodie Foster's always cool. There you go. What more do you want? Children of Men. This is a crazy movie. I'm not gonna lie. Even in the right in the beginning, like you realize like how just crazy this world is. I mean, it's based on 2027, so I don't know. In the next 6 years, we're gonna be screwed. In a chaotic world in which women have become somehow infertile, a former activist agrees to help transport a miraculously pregnant woman to a sanctuary at sea. Now, the shit this guy has to go through to, help this woman out is just insane. Again, this is one of these movies, lots of surprises. I don't want to give anything away, honestly. This is an excellent movie. A lot of people, I think, missed out on this movie when it first came out. I mean, it got good reviews and all that, but I don't think it was a big blockbuster, but it's a really, really good movie. Again, check it out. Shoot 'em up. What's the best way I could describe this movie? Basically, if you're a fan of the John Wick movies, especially John Wick 2, which is basically action from beginning to end, except for that one scene where he goes to Italy and he buys his guns because, that's apparently the only good place you can get guns. This movie is just non-stop action. Again, Clive Owen, he's driving and yet he's still able to shoot a gun, and he's just kicking ass in this. The beautiful Monica Bellucci, I fucked that up, I'm sorry. Bellucci. No, not Belushi, dummy. The Bellucci. I'm going to go with that. Sorry. Paul Giamatti's in that as well. He plays the bad guy. Awesome bad guy. A man named Mr. Smith delivers a woman's baby during a shootout and is then called upon to protect the newborn from the army of gunmen. Now, it sounds simple enough. Again, like I said, beginning to end, this movie is just nonstop action. It is awesome. And there's one scene with Clive and Monica. They're and and again, still Clive Owen is able to shoot off his gun. The one he's holding in his hand, and it's just an awesome movie. Great joke there about carrots at the end. Other than that, it's just an awesome movie. Awesome. Check it out. Then he did a movie called Elizabeth: The Golden Age. Then he did one episode of Extras. Then he did a TV short, Lancome Hypnos Parfum Homme. The International, he did that one. We're up to 2009 now, folks. Just keeping you posted. I sort of remember this movie. Yeah, this movie was all right. I mean, if you like Derailed, you'll probably like this movie too. I think a couple more shootout scenes in this one. Yeah. Then you got Duplicity. Again, teams up with Julia Roberts. I remember this movie, but I didn't see it. Didn't get the best rating, not like Closer, but you know, you never know. The Boys Are Back. The Boys Are Back in Town, I guess. No, a sports writer becomes a single parent in tragic circumstances. Okay, so I never saw this one. Sounds like a movie for the family. Trust. Never saw this one. Got a pretty good rating. A teenage girl is targeted by an online sexual predator. Does Clive Owen play the sexual predator? I don't know. Maybe he does. You know. Who knows? I mean, you got to watch it, man. I don't know. I didn't see it. Killer Elite. This movie was all right. Decent little movie. Decent little action movie. I'll be honest with you. With Jason Statham, I mean, he kicks ass. Don't get me wrong. You know, he's come up with some really good movies. Some movies, you know, this one's all right. This one's kind of like in the middle. I mean, you got Robert De Niro in there. I would still recommend it. I liked it. Intruders. Not the best rating, but a really interesting movie poster. It shows. I mean, if you ever want to see Clive Owen without no eyes or a mouth. I don't know, picture like, remember the scene in The Matrix there? Keanu Reeves, he couldn't open his mouth, and I don't know, picture that shit also on his eyes, and yeah, I never saw this one, so I don't know what to tell you. Shadow Dancer. Is he a dancer? No. Then the 1990s Belfast, an active member of the IRA becomes an informant for MI5 in order to protect her son's welfare. I did not see this one. He's always, I'm seeing a pattern with all these movies. Like, he's always protecting somebody, you know. Always protecting, for the most part, always protecting something, you know. He might be in Predator in the movie I just mentioned, but other than that, yeah. Hemingway and Gellhorn is a TV movie he did. Did Blood Ties, Words and Pictures, Last Nights. I guess I should mention, like, after Killer Elite, I never really, I mean, this is where I started, I didn't see him in as much stuff. And then The Nick, which is where he plays the doctor, it was all right. I mean, I watched the first episode, you know, so I should have watched more. I mean, I like the scenes where he's like performing the surgery and all that. I mean, you know, I mean, listen, you can't drive a car all the time, okay? Sometimes you gotta just, you know, be a doctor, okay? I mean, most doctors drive BMWs anyway, so I mean, shit kind of works out. But I got a pretty high rating, so I might have to follow up on that show. The Confirmation. The Escape. Again, he's going back to the... I gotta check out this series, man. It seems pretty cool. Again, this is the one where he plays the driver. Again, shocker. Killer in Red. Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. I never saw this one. This one... yeah, I heard about this movie. Okay, yeah, I recognize the poster here. I don't know. The reviews, I don't think were the best for this movie. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm an old school guy. Don't get me wrong. I love the whole green screen shit. I mean, I love all these superhero movies, but you know, I mean, for the most part, if I can see, you know, more action stuff, that's just my thing. I mean, so I mean, I think it's just taken from something else, like a comic book or whatever. So you know, Ophelia. I had to say it like Howard Stern style. Did not see this one. Awesome name, by the way. A Nun. Not a nun. A Nun. ANON. The Informer. Boom boom now. Sorry. 90s. I did not see this one. An ex-convict working undercover intentionally gets himself incarcerated again in order to infiltrate the mob and a maximum security prison. Sounds all right. I might have to check that one out. What else we got here? The Song of Names. Song of Names. I never heard of this one either. I don't know. The one kid looks like Oliver Twist here. No, I never saw this one. Gemini Man. Okay, this sounds familiar. Yeah, the Will Smith movie. Okay, yeah, this movie, let's just say, putting it lightly, did not get the best reviews. And I remember, I think, Clive Owen plays the bad guy in this one. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I think I talked about this with Will Smith. Some reviews are good, some of them are bad. This one, it didn't get the best reviews. Let's just say that. Clive, I almost said, sorry, curb your enthusiasm. Clive, your enthusiasm. He was in one episode of this. I just watched it. I totally forgot he was in this. Romantic Guide to Lost Places. Did not see this one. Didn't get the best rating. American Crime Story. So this is a series that plays on, I believe, Fox FX. They've come out with some kick-ass shows the last couple of years. Fargo, Snowfall. Definitely recommend both those shows. An American Crime Story. The first season, they based it on the OJ trial. The second one was on the whole Versace murder. And this one, it looks like they're basing it on, obviously, something completely different. And Clive Owen is going to play William Jefferson Clinton, also known as Bill Clinton. Whoa. Hold on a second. Hold on. So Clive Owen is going to play Bill Clinton. Damn. That's... oh man, that's gonna be crazy. Holy shit. Okay, so this is what he's been up to for the last little while. Damn, that's gonna be crazy. I'm just trying to picture him like with the whole, the Bill Clinton smile and the white hair, and oh boy. Obviously, they're gonna base it on the whole Monica Lewinsky scandal, and it's supposed to come out this year, 2021. Shit. Like I said, I recommend the first two seasons with OJ and Versace. I can't see this one not being good. For the most part, you see Clive Owen with the English accent. Now he's going to, Arkansas it up. And, man, I can't wait to see what this is going to be like. So, damn, that's going to be... it sounds pretty cool. So I definitely can't wait for that one. And lastly, he's filming a TV series called Leslie's Story. It's not Leslie, it's Leslie's Story. Lisey. And it's a Stephen King story. And it says here, a widow becomes the object of a dangerous stalker, obsessed with her husband's work. Again, he keeps getting himself into these messes. Holy shit. So he's like the English version of Michael Douglas. Did I say that joke already? Whatever. The point is that this is where he's been. Okay, we were wondering this, or at least I was wondering this. So, again, he's going to play... guys, I'm going to repeat this again. He's going to play Bill Clinton. Okay? That's going to be fucking crazy. So Clive Owen has always... he's had a pretty steady career, man. I mean, it seems like he's been acting for the last over 30 years. So that's pretty awesome. You know, in this business, you never know where your next job is going to be. So yeah, I mean, again, I can't wait to see what he does with Bill Clinton. This will be great. But one of the biggest regrets, guys, is that he was never James Bond. And I had to do my research on this. I had to find out what the fuck happened there. And I found two different things. There's one thing where apparently they did offer him to be James Bond, but he turned it down because he wanted points for the future gross of the movies. And then there's another thing where he says he was never offered the role. So I don't know. I mean, you know, maybe he's just keeping it secret. You know, I mean, who knows? All I can say is this. I mean, I can't see them not offering him this role. And I think they said they offered him this role around 2005-ish. Yeah, so it's right before Daniel Craig there. Yeah, took it over. I mean, you know, you look at him. He's got the voice. He's got the look. You know, he's got the suit. You know, like he even made a mention there in.
Croupier.
Thank you. And he said because the way he looked there had a lot to do with his consideration for the role. You know, I mean, he basically looks like, you know, Bond being a dealer. So, yeah, I mean, okay, maybe not for the first movie you give him points, but I mean, you see how that goes. And then afterwards give him points. I mean, I don't know. I think they missed out big there. But then again, I think they missed out not giving it to Eldris Alba. You know, they said he was too street, and I don't know what the fuck that means. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know. You know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's, you know, what could have been there. But again, I mean, the guy's definitely proven himself as an actor. I think I've recommended you enough movies, you know, during this COVID to watch, you know, that involve Clive Owen. And I don't think he's a guy that's going to, you know, I think he'll always be relevant. I mean, you know, he's got the look, you know, he's a good actor, you know. He loves to drive cars like fucking crazy, you know. Worst case scenario, he's going to work for discount. You know, it just, everything will always work out in his favor, for sure. So, you know, just wanted to share that with you today. Why not, you know? Sometimes we wonder, like, what happens to these actors? You know, I mean, they're still there, but they're not, you know, as major as they used to be, you know? But, hey, that's life. He's still making movies. Still doing the TV thing. Again, this commercial is like fucking crazy. I mean, you got to check this out as soon as you can, guys. So yeah. So I guess that answers the question. Where did Clive Owen go?